Hello, future viewers. Okay, sure, Menace, Dark Dragon and stuff, but I want to talk to people in towns for a while. And I promise I'll try to slow it down a bit this time. Oh, a new one! Okay. Please show that to me. She's not bad. She's gonna get amazing later. I don't think that's gonna happen. Ooh, yes, well. The first play was so amazing, I have to watch this new one. Oh. I guess these guys are not so friendly anymore. Well, that whole kidnapping a child thing may have changed people's minds. Okay. I love how the synthesized voice noise is now so high-pitched and whiny. This is exactly the kind of pandering to the masses that will be viewed as high art in a few hundred years. I mean, if Shakespeare did it, why can't they? I don't know, there are some people who enjoy playing the villain. Well, now that that's done, I need to make sure to do one other thing before we go. Yes, after you beat the basement, you can go talk to Arthur again. The comments of the last video mentioned the amazing artwork of Shining Force, and I feel ashamed that I didn't mention it earlier. Yes, the portraits are... The portraits and the graphics for all the characters in battle and out of battle, they're just so detailed and so full of character. I can't think of any game off the top of my head that could match this back in the 16-bit days. And speaking of character, with a game like this, Arthur's stats at level 4 are worse than Ken's at level 1, just to give you an idea. And they do not climb quickly until he's effectively level 35 or higher. But anyway, back to the people. So, the people of Shining Force and the people of the world I know about, they make lots of mistakes, they have weird ideas, they have very unusual personality traits a lot of the time, and all just the kind of messiness that people have. The difference is that in Shining Force no one is ashamed of it and has it on full display the moment you talk to anyone. I love it, and it's part a consequence of most people having only 1 or 2 lines, and also just part the way Shining Force and Shining games in general tend to go. I love it. That's one of my favorite things about this game. That's why it can get away with, for example, a scientist named Dr. Croc. Sadly, this is a bit less the case in later Shining Force games. I feel like I don't know what convinced them to dial it back after all this, but anyway, I'm just wandering around while I talk about this, but I should really progress stuff. There are no towns quite like Shining Force towns. Ships are really difficult to make, by the way, especially with medieval technology. It might be a little easier since we have at least some access to steam tech, but it's tough to say where that's actually viable or practical. Anyways. This ship is huge! We could fit 3 Shining Forces on there, no problem. These are not enemies, by the way. They're just the ship catching fire. Well, it might be both, but regardless, it's not a fight here. I don't have any control of the character right now, by the way. Okay, now I do. Nothing is unusual. Sure. Is this just something that always happens? Although, Shining Force is a bit rough on ships now that I think about it. I don't think he has a spare ship, and honestly, if I were him, I'd be a little bit upset about what just happened. That was a very large and impressive ship. Wrong house. For someone who loves these Shining Forces towns so much, I do a bad job of memorizing the layouts. I'm gonna stay here. I will be fine. There's no problem around here anymore. But I still gotta go. And that's all the details. This time when we walk outside, it's all just fine. But I still want to save. As for why that is, well... Actually, you know what? There's actually another save feature a bit later on that I'd like to show off. Anyway, this way is now opened. It was blocked off before. And welcome to Shade Abbey. Because Shining Force is upfront with its character, well, characters, it's a weird word. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Right, there's a zombie just standing there. Okay. That's all the book says. It doesn't say... Huh. Oh. Actually, it does say what the legacy is. You were just standing in the corner. And looking back at game scripting and how this engine is likely to work, I think that... Ooh. Yeah, scripting something like that seems like it would be a lot of work. Yeah, kind of same here. They do a pretty decent job of being creepy about this. Although... And here's what I kind of like about it. They're not even trying to make it a surprise. Okay, but can you... Nope, nope, they're not letting me leave. I think that if they tried to spring this as a surprise, it wouldn't work. But the way they handled it, pretty good. Oh. Yeah. Every time I take a step. And there it is. Hello, Dark Saul. But he never actually says he's Dark Saul. And the funny thing about that is, if you played previous Shining Force games, then you know it immediately because that's what he looks like. So that's a nice little story perk for people who are familiar with the deep Shining Force lore. Anyway, that's the end of this town episode, and we're going to do the battle episode in very short order, but first, let me show you something. Yeah, this game has battle saves. In the 16-bit era, this is actually pretty darn uncommon, but it's pretty good programming, I'd say. She's not even annoyed that we're leaving it at a cliffhanger like that. Well, I guess I'm leaving you at a cliffhanger too. See you next time.